Before I go for my lesson, I'm like, let me turn on the camera real quick. I showered this morning, so I feel really clean, but I look too clean now. I also washed the liner so Christine can get a good look. If I had a dishwasher, you know, it'd be easy to take out the stains, but look, it's clean. I also finished out all the salsa. I have no self-control. Oh, a couple of hours are gone, okay? Normally I get the bigger one, but I couldn't find the bigger jar. But anyways, that's gone. Chips are gone. You know what's really annoying? With my landlord, he never, like, the microwave's always, because I have to go downstairs to the kitchen to wash the liner, right? He never sets the microwave to 0. It's always at some, like, weird-ass number. And then with my roommate, when I go to use the shower, she always has the, you know, the metal thing you're supposed to put down in the shower? Otherwise, when you turn it, you're hit with cold water. She never puts that thing down. It annoys the hell out of me. Anyways. What are we gonna talk about now? Like, real quick, I forgot, Paris, if you're here, I sent the message. You should have seen it. You're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? I forgot to tell you on my... So you're not gonna see my face or anything here because I've had this thing since I was like young. But anyways, if you're looking on here, I can't even see where the mouse is. If you're looking on here and you see like my several crazy amounts of playlists, when I upload videos, if it's things like I'm talking about now, you'll see it in this one. But if it's like everything I've ever uploaded in the correct order, it'll be this one, right? That's why this one has more than this. Just quick side note, okay? Because instead, just in case you're looking at this, you're like, why the fuck are there two? It's because one of them has all of them, and then the other one has only me talking like this. Now with shorts and everything, like some of the parts get separated because I used to record everything in one go and then compile the videos into one video, right? But then that got really annoying. So then I started uploading in parts because for some reason my phone cuts every like half an hour or so. For some reason this time it cut really weird. But anyhow, quick side note. I was looking over, I'm like, should I show you? Because last, I did this one other time where I'm like, I showed you guys what I was going to post and what I'm not going to post. And I'm like, maybe I should do that really quick right now. Because I'm like, I pulled them out of my phone. But I don't think, because I looked over them, I'm like, I'm not going to, because I have like 30 photos here, but I'm like, I'm not going to post all 30. So I'm like, why don't we just look at it and then you guys will see the stuff later, just so they know I have it here. I gotta full screen this now. Okay. So I had accounting, like an accounting course. Okay, it's not gonna make sense now, but it'll make sense later when I go back and tell the story. But randomly I came across this accounting course and I wanted to go take it because I was like, why the hell not? Anyways, so because I had to go take this course now, it's down at the college. In the college I've seen in my sleep before. That's why when the uni I ended up picking, it's a long story. Just to make a long story short, because we don't got time for this. I was supposed to go down to Ottawa to study, right? Most of my friends went down that way. We had no money. My parents were bitching. I stayed behind. And then I was feeling out the energy. Then I unboxed albums and things. And then I went to work and all that kind of stuff. So when I ended up picking the uni close to home, it's what I saw in my sleep, right? And when I came out here, because I said when I was coming out here, it felt like I'm getting a second chance at going to uni because it's so close to Ottawa side. As soon as I entered this building, like the dream that I had, everything happened exactly. It's like a weird deja vu happened that day I was there. Right, the first day or so I was there. This was the last day I was there because I'm like, I need some physical piece of this so I can explain. Anyways, but I don't know if I'm gonna post all of them. So the building's brand new and it looks like a better version of my uni. But anyhow, This is in the library because I'm like, any place with books, you're gonna find me. But anyhow, I had to, it's dead quiet in that place. And I'm like, I know I'm not a student there, so I don't want to get, I had to kind of like stealth mode when I want to go take these photos. Because I'm like, I don't want anyone to look at me weird when I go. Okay, this is this is where I'm headed to just now, alright? Because I gotta go take my lessons. I've been trying to avoid getting a male teacher, right, for the longest time, but for some reason, energetic-wise, I keep running into dudes when it comes to this, right? So I'm like, okay, I gotta deal with this. And at the same time, it's a combination energy, which is really irritating me. And the other thing that's irritating me is because it's a dude, now I have to wear pants. Okay, we talked about this already, okay? Because if it was a woman, I could have relaxed. I'm like, now I have to like consciously think about how I'm like sitting, right? Anyhow, headed there just now. I had a lovely time with the owner of the store because I asked him when I went in. So I started the year, right, January. I was like, okay, I gotta knock out driving, whatever's going on here, and whatever else I'm doing at the same time, right? Because I think I was at the law office in January, right? So I went not during the snowstorm, but sometime when it was a cold day, because I was fully bundled up in that red jacket and everything, and my mitts and my hat and everything. So you can't really tell. I'm like walking like an abominable snowman. I walk into the store at the start of the year, met the owner, and I had this conversation with him. I'm like, I'm not taking lessons now, but I'm like, I'm thinking about doing that in the spring, right? I'm talking this over with him, emailing him back and forth. Which was in January. Then I had driving. So I was in the law office January, and then I'm like, I'm gonna go do driving end of February, right? Or like start of February, because the classes start every month. So I'm like, okay, February I can knock that out. But then it was at the end of February, basically all of March, and then it took up April, because April's when I was aiming to go here, right? So I ended up having my last driving lesson or whatever, the evaluation was at the start of April. And then I was like, I'm exhausted, right? Because I've gone through so much information and so much in such a short amount of time. I'm like exhausted. But then Basket woke me up and he's like, yo, we gotta go do this now. So then I head back. I don't know if it was probably the end of April, right? Because I'm like, the month is done. I might as well start fresh for the next month, right? To see how much progress I can make for the next month. I don't remember, I think it was end of April, because I can't remember. I have to look at the receipt because the date and time's on there. Yeah, I get back there. I haven't seen the owner since the start of the year, right? And I was all bundled up, so there's no way he could tell it was me by looking. So I get there sometime at the end of the month, right? I walk in, he's dealing with another customer. The guy had something broken on his guitar, right? I forget what he said it was. It's like the rubber piece at the top where the fret is. And as I'm talking to him, he's like, oh, I remember you. And I was like, oh, God, not one of those. I hate when they start off the conversation like that. I'm like, oh, God. Then we get to talking, and he's like, the only time slot, I can't fucking talk. Time slot left in May, because you're supposed to book them in advance. And I fucking hate that. I'm like, how many people are here? Because when I came in, I was like, oh, he's only there in the morning, and then they have all the jam sessions in the evening, right? I was also avoiding taking lessons earlier because I'm like, I gotta wait for it to start getting brighter. You see how bright it is? It's bright like this till 9 o'clock, right? And that's usually when the store closes, right? So I'm like, if for whatever reason I have late hour lessons, I don't have to worry about walking home in the dark, right? Because I have to pass Kidnap Road, and I'm like, oh, fuck. Yeah, so now we get to scheduling my lessons, right? And he's like, only time slot, because this is the only dude teaching strings, right? He said the only dude is available is after 8. And I was like, fuck, by the time I come home, it's dark, right? But I'm like, I don't have a choice. So I'm like, fine, whatever, I'll take it. And then when I went, this is my third lesson I'm going for now, right? When I went for the second lesson, because I told him the first lesson, I'm like, yo, I'm walking back and forth. like I ain't got nothing better to do. So then he ended up booking me for earlier, right? So I'm like, that's great for me, but it's not good now because I'm like, now I gotta rush when I come to record now. Because now instead of having my lessons at 8:30, I have them at 7:30 now because he moved me up an hour. He's like, oh, that's great for me. He's like, I can finish early and I can head home. um, I find out my teacher, he's a big dude, right? Anyways, I find out he's 3 years younger than me, but as he's talking to me, he's like, there's no way you're older than me. And I'm like, I keep having this conversation over and over. Anyways, backtracking before I even get to the lessons, when I met the owner to schedule in the lessons, before I left, so he dealt with the guy with the broken whatever piece on the guitar. The guy left, then he's talking with me after for so long because he's like, oh, now it was an interesting conversation. And then before I left, I was like, yo, I'm gonna be here a good couple of times. Show me around the place, right? Because I'm like, I need to get comfortable. I need to know the building, like show me everything. So then, main thing he brought up for me, because I asked him, because that's a wood body, right? And I'm like, I hate, this is one of the times I really hate being fucking poor, because in my head, I'm like, if I get an electric, I don't have to worry about when I have to practice, and like, making it pretty. You know what I mean? So when I was talking to him, because in my head, I'm like, if I bulk order a bunch of Christine's polishes and deck out the thing, it like, you know what I mean? I have this in my head. So that's one of the things he remembers about me, right? He's like, you didn't alter the body at any point. I'm like, no, but I'm like, I really want it to be really like hollow and shiny and sparkly, right? Because he's like, stop looking at the stuff hung up on the walls. So he starts showing me them, right? So on the right side, he's showing me all of the electric guitars, right? And they're all pretty colors. And then on this side, he's showing me the acoustic. And then he shows me all the practice rooms and the waiting area, and then I asked him a bunch. He starts laughing because he's like, "What the hell?" Because I'm so weird, right? So I ask him what's the most expensive piece he has in the store, right? Just so I know to avoid it. Right? I'm like, if anything happens to it, I'm like, I was nowhere near that space. So he told me one of the guitars hung up in this picture somewhere. He said it's hand carved, like from a block of wood from I don't know who in town, and he said it was like $6,000. And then I asked him what the heaviest thing was, because as I'm looking at this, I'm like, damn, like, because I have no upper body strength whatsoever. I'm like, I can't hold these things, and even if I could, I'm scared of breaking them. So then he told me heaviest thing's probably one of the drum sets, right? I got like a piece of the drum set there. But then he's like, no, wait, it can't be one of these drum sets. He said when you go to the waiting room, he said there's like this old ass organ. And I'm like, who the heck plays that? But anyhow, took this picture after having that conversation with him. He kept insisting. He's like, don't pray if I my violin. But I'm so tempted to just get, because I like taking her polish and applying it to wood, right? And I'm like, when I get used to playing that thing, it's gonna, like, it'll make me happy, right? But anyhow, so I come to find out, because I'm like, how's my teacher like end up in the string section, right? And he told me he plays fiddle. He's a fiddler, and I was like, oh my fucking god. Imagine, because he's like demonstrating his skill to me, right? I'm like, imagine you're like sat at an orchestra and you see one dude playing the banjo, right? Like this. Like that's the equivalent to what he was doing when I was in the room, because I was like, why does it sound so high end? And I know it's not, like, you know, this, if you listen to the sound, I'm like, the sound is like here, right? And I'm like, but it sounds so high end, like it was like really juxtaposing, and I was like, oh god. He also plays ukulele, right? You'll see I have photos of these things here. What else do I have to tell you? Gosh, it's like I have to remember as I'm going. Trying to think. Oh yeah, other thing he told me, because he had to first thing he did for the first lesson, he had to inspect the thing to see if it's worth playing, right? Because I told him I had this for a while. I've had that for almost, like, I look back at the receipts and I'm like, next year's gonna be 10 years since I've had the piece of wood in my possession, and I was like, oh my fucking god, 10 years went by so quick. Um, that's why Basket told me, he's like, it's now or it's never, and I was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh my god, it's been that long and I haven't been paying attention. So my teacher now, he's looking at the, like, he's got inspected to see if it's worth playing, right? Because I'm like, it's just been sitting there catching dust, right? I'm like, I need someone to show me how to tune and whatnot, right? I need to know the basic shit first. So first lesson, he basically spent looking at it and he told me your strings are fucked, and I was like, what do you mean? He said it's like using a phone with a broken screen, right? So he said, because the sound's off, right? So he told me not to worry too much about it. So right now in my head, I'm like, if I go and replace the strings, I'm like, I have to be sure I'm gonna be like heavily using it, right? Because otherwise it's just gonna go bad and then I have to get another pair of strings. And that's the reason why I said I'm gonna have to go back to the music store. But anyhow, I went to the music store because I had to go and get a shoulder rest, right? Because it's painful without that gap there. You'll see, I'll show you. Yeah, so that's with my teacher. He gave me homework. I have it over on the mirror over there. Anyways, this is in the music store because I had to go get the shoulder rest, and I'm like, oh, if I go and give those guys back a visit, I'm like, I'll need them to help me put in the strings. Technically, I could do it myself because I saw him do it and I figured out I could do it myself, but I'm like, I'm not comfortable yet, so I'm like, I'd rather have someone else do it. Anyways, as soon as I walked in, because this building's brand new and they have weird hours, so I'm like, that's why I said when I went after the dog situation, I had to hurry and go there because they close early. When I walked back, Lexi noticed me before I had to go, right? But anyhow, this is inside the building. It was so pretty, and I was like, I asked the guy because he looked at me weird, right? Because it's really weird. It's only white people around in this town. So when they see someone like me walk in, they watching me like, oh my god. So I looked at him and I'm like, I need a shoulder rest. We go through that transaction, and then he's like, do you need anything else? And I'm like, it's my first time in the store and it's really pretty and I know I'm gonna be really weird, but can I take a bunch of pictures? And he said, yeah, go for it. Because it was right near closing and I was like, fuck. Anyways, this is the first. As soon as you walk in, this is what you see on the wall. Like, it's pretty colors and it's sparkly and it's exactly what I wanted to see. Right, so I don't know if I'm gonna post all these. Then on the other side of the wall, they have the drum sets, and I'm like, oh, I want to take a really good drum shot, but I'm like, I don't see the money shot here. But anyways, drum stuff's on the other side. There's the drumsticks, and then the picks for all the guitars that are on the wall. Then all the brass stuff. This is where all the brass and string stuff are together. You can see me in here. Here, it's, oh my gosh. I got nosy, right? I was looking at this because I like looking at the coloring, but I'm like, mine's not there. All of the good stuff is never hung up on the walls. Look at this. This is all the acoustics. This is all the ukuleles, and they're all pretty colors. There's the banjos. More acoustics. The harmonica section. I think these are electric drums, right? The same thing. When everything's electric, it's easier to use. Tambourine. Sound equipment. Oh, and then me. So this is my homework I'm going to show you just now. I took this photo, but I'm not going to post it. I'm like, what I'm wearing doesn't work with the vibe of the photo. I was like, I don't know what to wear. Oh, the sweater I'm wearing in here is Cassie's romper, right? That came out because I was wearing that during the winter, and I'm like, it's perfect for in the house. Anyways, not gonna post all of those, right? So you'll see some of them, but you won't see all of them. So I have the library section from when I went to the college to take the accounting course, and then when I went for all my music lessons and stuff is there. Oh, and then I have to go through that, and then I don't know where, but I'm gonna put in the foundation shots when I get them. I also forgot to talk about, so I have this I took for Selena because God sent me ice cream. And I'm like, bro, I can't do, like, she took I'm gonna leave it to the pros because I can't bite the thing like she does. Right? When they do it, it's attractive, and I do it, it's fucking wrong. I don't know if she's gonna see that. And then, yo, in my feed this morning, because I sent this to Tones, I was like, yo, there's a new Uno Outlook, and it's blue. Let me glue it really quick so you can see. This showed up in my feed this morning, and I was like, what the heck? I want to talk about R-rated books too, but I can't without physically doing. But anyways, it's 5:14 already. I gotta hurry because I have to leave at 6:30 to make it there for 7:30 because I need that like 10-15 minutes because my legs start shaking and then my hands feel weird, right? So I'm like, I need that couple of minutes just for my body to fucking settle. We got a little bit more than an hour right now. So when I come back, when I come back, I'll upload this. I have to record when he's going through too. Yeah, so I had that violin since like 2017 and I was like, holy fucking shit. Like that, it's been in the back of my mind for that friggin' long. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys it because I've never taken basket out of the case. And I'm gonna show you the homework my teacher gave me, and I'll walk you guys through that before I go, right? My leg's already going numb because I'm sitting so weird. I didn't notice because I went back and looked at the footage real quick, and I'm like, yo, my feet are fully out, and I'm like, I hope no weirdos be watching my stuff. Okay, so first lesson, so I have 6 lessons with him in total, right? I got 4 in May and 2 in June. And the second to last one in June, everybody that's got lessons going on, they're gonna be showing off. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I can't do that. My strings are fucked. So I get there. He tunes it for me. He wrote down my homework. And then he told me go get a shoulder rest. He roughly showed me how to hold it. He rosined the thing really well for me. He's like, don't touch this thing again. I'm like, damn. And then he said the rosin, because everything I have is all the higher end stuff, because I know I don't want the cheap shit. When he was rosining the thing, he's like, this is the good quality stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I know. If I had known I was for sure gonna need a shoulder rest, I would have gone and got the expensive one because it's never in stock and you have to wait for it. And I was like, fuck. Anyhow. Same thing with the chin rest too. I'm like, I could have like swapped out all the stuff if I knew. So he rosins the thing really well for me. He tunes it. He's tuning it to the piano. Showing off his, because he's showing me in the room that we're in. Because I asked him how long he's been playing and he said since he was 3. And I was like, well, fuck. If I had been playing started playing 10 years ago, I'd be fine now, right? But I'm like, I can't, it's like, I'm old now, right? So, you know what I hate with dudes? So when I walked in there, he's like, you had to pick the hardest instrument and you're starting really late. So he kept discouraging me from trying to learn. And I was like, I really fucking hate that. I keep encountering people that keep telling me not to do things. And I was like, you know what? You guys fuck off. I know, I know what I am and I'm not capable of doing. You know what I mean? Like the fact that he's telling me, yeah, don't do it. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, do you not want to get paid? It's $20 a lesson. So I was like, okay. Because it's a lot, right? I'm like, it'll fix my posture. It's also kind of like a punishment because your hands are up like this the whole time, right? For me, it's fun because I can coordinate both my hands at the same time. He said it's like this type of thing, plus with the foot, right? So first lesson, he gave me this and he told me we're doing rhythm exercises and string isolation. I was like, okay. He also asked me, he's like, do you know what the notes on these strings are? I'm like, yeah, I'm advanced. Go a little faster. So he gave me 2 weeks worth of material in one lesson, right? Because I'm like, skip through all that, like holding it. Just do everything quicker. Like, go faster because I don't have the time, right? So this is the homework he gave me. So I had to do string isolation, so I have to isolate all the notes on all four. So if you're on the piano, for example, it's like, instead of going like this, you're going like this, right? Without hitting any other notes, right? Like, so I had to do that for all four, and I had to do long and short bows. Double bowing is the other thing too I had to do. I don't have that range, and then when I'm holding, I'm like, my pinkies feel too fucking short. So I have to get him to record this for me because I can't hear it in my head, right? If he claps it out. Then last week's lesson, after I nailed string isolation, right? Because I'm like, because he keeps telling me, he's like, practice less. He's like, don't learn it, practice less. Like, he's like discouraging me from learning, and I was like, what in the fuck? He said his sister's got perfect pitch, so he's youngest of 3. I think that's what he said. And he said his whole family's all teachers. And I also told him, I was like, I just finished driving lessons. And he said, yo, you're not gonna believe this, but my friend's one of the driving instructors there. He's like, did you have classes with him? I'm like, no. They gave me the higher ups. They didn't give me the guys that yeah, we got to talking about that because he said it's the same driving school I was doing. I was like, wow, okay. So that's first lesson. After I nailed that, second lesson, last week's lesson, he's like, now we're gonna do scales, and he told me we're gonna do A major scale because now he put the frets. First lesson on my bow, he put a piece of tape on the center just so I can get the feel of going back and forth like this, right? Then last week's lesson, he put the frets on the neck, right? So now I have to do the scale, but he did A, right, which is closer to the fingers and not further away, even though that doesn't matter to me. So he gave me A and E to do. I'm pretty sure today he's gonna give me G and D to do. But I did all 4 anyways, and I'm like, skip through it quicker just so I can get my money's worth. And if, like, right now I'm not really paying, I'm mainly not focusing. He said I should be able to play it without looking, but right now I gotta look, right? And I'm not really using my ears because I know the strings are off. So I'm like, okay, I just gotta get used to holding it and being in certain positions, and you know what I mean? That's what we're doing today. He's gonna have to do the other one. Yeah, so second to last lesson, everyone's gonna show off, and it's after 3, so I'm gonna make sure to go because I want to see, because when I go for my lesson, because they basically, when they had me booked was for 8:30, right? So 8:30 to 9 is when the store closes, so I never get to hear, I only get to hear who's playing before me, and whoever gets to play before me, it sounds really good. So now that he moved me up an hour, I can hear the other people playing. So when lessons are almost over, I'm gonna go that day to hear like how much people have progressed, because when you hear it like from the different practice rooms, even though it's not like fully soundproof, it sounds really good. You can hear people progressing. Anyways, these are the notes. I gotta take this with me. This video is gonna cut, damn it. The other video was like, what, 5 hours? This one's gonna be another hour. Where, like, oh, I should keep my laptop open so I can keep track of time. Okay, I just gotta show you basket, and then that should be it. Then I gotta, when I walk back and forth, I'm gonna have headphones in, right? So I gotta make sure my phone's charged. And I gotta make sure I have my homework, my headphones, and my keys. And nothing else, right? Starlock is so you know it's mine. I'm not gonna put the shoulder rest on right now because I'm like, we ain't got time. I'm just gonna show you guys quickly what he had me do. Damn, bastard, you're 10 years old? Jesus. So the first stupid question I had to ask him, I'm like, which side am I supposed to be playing with? And he said it's supposed to be on the left side. I don't want to be out of frame anyhow. So you see this? When it's in here, it fucking hurts. It really hurts. So the shoulder rest goes in between there. Can you see him? He's like perfect. And then my bow. Put the tape there for the first lesson. Second lesson, he put it here, right? Because now I don't have to start using my hands. I'm holding it like it's a fucking cello now, but anyhow. When you rosin this thing, it's gotta be white. You see at the tip how it's a different color? So this needs rosin. This is rosin properly. So he told me not to hold advanced. So I'm already used to, because I've got all the theory down. I just have to put it to use, right? It's the same thing as driving. Like, I know all of the theory stuff. I just have to put what I know to practice, right? So he told me not to hold it like this, even though, because he said you're not at this level yet. He said don't hold it like this. He said hold it lobster claw like this for now. But I'm like, I don't want to get comfortable holding it like this. Okay. Ready for music lessons with Lisa now? I'm giving you guys my $20. First thing he did was tune this. He put my bridge off center, which pisses me off. Anyhow, here's my imaginary frets. Okay, here. G, D, A, and then this is the E string. The E string one's here. Then, first lesson, he had me play everything open, right? So that's without putting your fingers here. When you put your fingers here, this is first position, second position, third position, fourth position, but I haven't reached it, but he left that there, even though my fingers can't fucking reach. I'm kind of, I have no skills right now, I'm kind of nervous, but this is the fun part, right? Like, I can make as much weird noise as I want because I'm starting, right? Oh, I should give everyone a warning. If you're wearing headphones, RIP, because this is gonna sound horrendous, right, at the start. Yeah, so he had me do long and short bows. So short bows would be like this, right, back and forth. He also had me do long. Right, so doing that back and forth the first time, and I had to do that for each string. I hear people go deaf in the left ear after playing this because it's on the left side, and I was like, oh fuck, I hope I don't go deaf. And even though you're playing with your ears, you can also be playing with vibration, right? But anyhow, doing that back and forth. Now he's got me doing this. So now when I go to see him, he's like, I need to see if you can do this. He gave me a scale, so I have to go like this. This is really an awkward position because you're supposed to be standing. I do everything on my fucking bed. Anyways, it's gonna sound really bad, okay? This is the other thing too. He said with my nails, he said they gotta be really short because he said it's gotta go in between here.